So today we're talking about a phone that's got one reviewer seriously hyped up, the OPPO Find X9 Pro. He's asking if this thing could be the new king of Android. That's a big deal. So what's all the fuss about? Let's get into it. And look, this isn't just any claim. We're talking about the tech chap here, a guy who's seen it all, reviewed countless phones, and he comes right out and says it. This might just be my new favorite Android phone. Wow. I mean, a statement like that really makes you sit up and pay attention, right? When a phone gets that kind of praise, you just have to wonder, what is this thing doing that's so different? I mean, the market is just packed with incredible phones. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down exactly what upgrades are making everyone talk about this phone. Okay, first up, and this is the big one, the camera. This is where the story really starts, and OPPO thinks they've built a total game changer. So the main shooter has this brand new Sony sensor, the LYT828. Now here's what's so cool and actually an industry first. It shoots in its full 50 megapixel glory by default. You don't have to go digging into some special mode. That means every single picture you snap is packed with way more detail, and that extra resolution, it gives you so much freedom to crop in later or even print stuff out without it looking all fuzzy. And helping out all the cameras on the back is this little piece of magic called a multispectral sensor. Think of it like a tiny, super smart artist's eye. It's constantly analyzing the light around you. Is it warm? Is it cool? To make sure the colors in your photos are spot on. This is especially huge for getting skin tones to look natural and true to life. It's one of those behind-the-scenes things that makes a huge difference in how good your pictures look. All right, now this is interesting. At first glance, you might think, wait a minute, is that a downgrade? Last year's phone had 2 telephoto lenses, this one only has 1. But this is a classic case of why you can't just read the spec sheet. That one single lens is a massive 200 megapixels. That's insane. It means you get a super crisp 3x optical zoom, but then you also get a 6x optical crop. Basically, it just uses the middle of that giant sensor, so it's like a zoom without losing quality. And it can even push to a 13.2x lossless zoom. It really is all about quality over quantity here. And if you're thinking, I need even more zoom, well, OPPO has you covered with this. The reviewer called it the Sticky Outy Zoomy accessory, which is just perfect. It's this optional Hasselblad teleconverter lens. You just clip it onto a special case and boom, you've got a true 10x optical zoom. And it can take some seriously impressive shots at 20x, even 40x. If you're someone who goes to concerts or sports games, man, this could be a complete game changer. Okay, so the camera is obviously a beast, but a great camera is useless if the rest of the phone can't keep up, right? So let's talk about what's going on under the hood, the power, the performance, and the brains of the operation. First up, battery life. And honestly, this quote from the review just says it all. You can literally go for a weekend with this and not bring a charger with you. Just think about that for a second. That's a kind of freedom, an end to that constant battery anxiety that most of us can only dream of with our current phones. And this chart, wow, this really shows you what's going on. You look at the big players, your Samsung and Apple flagships, and they're usually sitting around 5,000 milliamp hours. But OPPO, they've somehow crammed a 7,500 milliamp battery in here. That is a full 50% bigger. It's not just a small step up, this is a whole different ballgame. So what's powering this whole thing? It's the new MediaTek Dimensity 9500 chip. And the numbers here speak for themselves. You're looking at a pretty solid 10 to 12% speed boost pretty much everywhere compared to last year's model. So it's faster, it's more efficient, and it's a big reason the phone just feels so incredibly quick and responsive. And a huge part of that snappy feeling comes down to the software. By all accounts, ColorOS 16 is just buttery smooth. They've got a new rendering engine, the animations are fantastic. And it's funny because for a while, OPPO's software was maybe a reason some people hesitated. Now, it's a huge reason to buy the phone. The whole experience is just completely seamless. OPPO is also going big on AI, but in a way that feels really practical. You get this thing called AI Mindspace, which is like a central hub for all your notes and thoughts. There's a recorder that can transcribe your meetings, super useful. And then you have these powerful photo editing tools like AI Eraser for getting rid of that person who walked into your shot, and AI Relight, which lets you fix bad lighting in a portrait after the fact. This isn't just tech for tech's sake, these are features you'd actually use. All right, so we've covered the inside. Let's talk about the outside. The design, the display, how it actually feels to use this thing. The display is just gorgeous and packed with smart little upgrades. The bezels are super thin and perfectly even all the way around. It can get really, really dim, which is perfect for reading in bed, but also crazy bright for watching movies. And here's one for the tech nerds that actually matters for everyone. It has a high PWM frequency. All that means is it reduces that invisible screen flicker that can cause eye strain and headaches for some people. Oh, and the fingerprint reader is faster and more reliable, which, let's be honest, is always a win. Hey, check this out. See that little customizable button on the side? Does that look a little familiar? Yep, it's basically an iPhone-style action button. You can set it up to do whatever you want, launch an app, turn on the flashlight, or jump straight into that AI mind space we talked about. But here's where it gets really clever. So on one hand, it's borrowing a feature from Apple, but on the other, it's making it easier than ever to work with Apple products. This phone connects to your MacBook like a dream. You can just drag and drop files back and forth, mirror your screen. It's a really smart move, right? It makes it way less painful for someone who's already deep in the Apple world to even think about switching over. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. What's the final verdict here? So what makes this thing a real contender? It really boils down to three things. Number one, a truly pro-level camera. It's powerful, it's versatile, and that teleconverter accessory is just wild. Number two, a battery that just won't quit. We're talking a legitimate 2-day battery that kills charging anxiety for good. And number three, just all-around top-tier performance. You've got that fast new chip, super smooth software, and AI that's actually useful. So yeah, the Find X9 Pro is clearly not just another small yearly update. It's really pushing the envelope, especially with what it's doing with that camera. And it kind of leaves you with this bigger question to think about. When a phone's camera gets this good, this powerful, does it start to change what a phone even is anymore?